Good morning. I wanted to start this video just hoping that you and your family are safe and healthy, and I hope you're keeping yourselves busy and having some fun along the way. Um, I want you to know that your teachers miss you. I know I miss the silliness, the laughter. I miss hearing your stories. I miss the hugs. I miss that look on your face when you do something that you didn't think you could do and you want to show off your picture. I miss all those things. So, looking forward to getting back to normal. I know it's not going to be for a while, but I hope you all enjoyed the last project I gave to you. If you finished it, I haven't figured out how to post photos onto Google Classroom yet, but hopefully I can figure that out and we can go from there. So I'm hoping this video excites you too. And it's same thing. You're just going to need a pencil and some paper. This one might actually, if you have like a receipt that has like a blank on the back and it's really long, it might be fun to do a drawing on that, because we're going to be doing what's called Metamorphosis. And I'm going to introduce you to an artist named MC Escher. MC Escher was a Dutch graphic artist, and he was really inspired by math and science. He drew a lot from nature and things he saw in nature, and he incorporated some math elements into it. You might recognize some of the elements from math within these, such as patterns, the tessellations. And we're going to be working with the science of metamorphosis in this lesson, changing one object gradually or slowly into another. So what do you say we get started? You want to think of one object that you can draw, and then you have to really think about how you're going to change that object slowly, one little piece at a time, into another. Some examples. You might want to change a flower and then slowly change that flower so that at the end it becomes a butterfly. You might take a lamp of some sort and figure out how to make the neck of the lamp turn into a flamingo or another long-necked bird. You could turn an umbrella and slowly change it into, say, a jellyfish. Maybe an airplane, if you like drawing an airplane, and then turn it slowly into an actual bird flying. Or a feather, and then turn it into maybe a dolphin, maybe something else that would have that curve, or some other type of animal. So start thinking about something simple that you can draw, and don't be afraid to add detail. You want detail on these. At the end, I'll show you a couple of other examples that I've done, but I just want to get started. I'm going to start with something very simple like a balloon, and then we'll graduate to something at the end by changing it slightly, little bits at a time. All right, so I have my paper, I have my pencil, and I'm just going to start by drawing a simple shape. In this case, I'm going to be making a balloon. I'm just going to make kind of like I was making an oval, and then kind of closing it at the center, and then creating the little knot. Think about how you would shade that in. Think about everything that you've learned about light and shadow. Think about where the light is coming from and where the darkest areas would be. Now I'm going to take this shape, and knowing that I'm going to want to turn it into a fish, I am going to start turning it, and I'm going to start changing it into the shape I want it to become. So I have to think about now, instead of standing the oval up, I'm going to start tipping it to the side to start creating the shape that it's going to become. I'm also going to start elongating or making the tail of it a little bit larger, because that's exactly what it's going to become. It's going to become the tail of my fish. Now I'm going to continue that process on and change it a little bit more. This time I want to make it really close to the shape I'm trying to create, because I only have so much room left. So I want to make sure, which is why when I said the receipt before would be a really cool idea, because you'd have all that space on a receipt to create many different levels of this. So I'm just going to continue on until I get to the final. So now I'm just going to start finishing up some of the details. Notice I don't have a tortilla at home, if you haven't noticed that already. So I'm just using my finger. The only problem with that is that sometimes I have to erase the smudges that go outside of my lines that I don't want there. And I got to go back and I got to darken what I want to darken. But I'm just finishing up. So have you thought of an idea of what you could change? It could be something from nature. It could be something that you enjoy. Maybe change a baseball. Take a baseball and kind of figure out what you could turn it into. And really think outside the box. You'll also notice that the lesson that we did last time is helping you today, because you have some textures that you can think about. So if you're making a tree and turning it into, oh gosh, what can we turn a tree into? Can you think of something? So, so just kind of play around with some ideas and start looking at objects around you, or think of ideas how you could change it from one object, slowly altering it to become something completely different. So there you have it. This is the one from today that I just completed with you. I hope you came up with some really cool ideas yourself. This is one I did the other night, coming up with my lesson. I started with an acorn, and then I kind of slowly changed it across to become the owl. Notice the textures, how it makes your picture just that much more interesting. So use what you learned from the last project and continue it on. And I hope you enjoy this one. So stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope to see you all again soon. Have a great day.